underwater grasses are also improved in the northern part of the bay. Hi, come on in. You know about this, is that where you live? Well, tell me about like what you've seen and how you think these improvements have been achieved.
And I've been there a number of years, like 25 years. 10 years ago, there was no grass, nothing, silt, that's it. And the water was extremely muddy, lots of shore erosion. I don't know if this is true, but I heard about 5 years ago that to try and get these grasses to go back, that seeds were dumped at the mouth of the Elk with the incoming tide to try and get into some of these coves. Well, it worked tremendously.
That's interesting. I would like to research that and find out if it did work that easily.
I mean, it went from nothing to the first year we saw signs of grasses, to the second year a little more, because ours is like a wild celery. It propagates either through shooting out roots and tubers, or it goes to seed. Literally to the point where 2 years ago I had to get permission because our cove was so full of grass to get our boats and jet skis out. We had to get a permit to be able to cut a 10-foot wide swath through this grass.
Wow.
To get our boats and stuff out in the water.
Now, when you did that, did you see the juvenile crabs and the other species that are able to thrive if the grass is there?
I mean, the crabbers have come to our section in droves because with the incoming and outcoming tides, they just sit on the outside edge of the grass. Tons of crabs, fish, where we cut this 10-foot path, we go through, and the clarity of the water, you could, when it wasn't there, you could probably see maybe a foot. You can now see down 4 or 5 feet clearly. Schools and schools of fish.
Nice.
Birds, unbelievable.
So you would attribute this noticeable difference in the water clarity to the grasses?
Oh, for sure. Because, and again, hopefully it's not a bad thing, because it's funny, when it first came in and it was locking up my jet skis and my boat, I mean, it was so thick. I mean, some guy bought a boat from Minnesota supposedly that had like it was like a jet boat that had a double chore in it that could get through anything. This guy got stuck out there every time we tried to go out until we finally got a cat. But
Well, that was an unfortunate afternoon for him, but I'm happy to hear that.
the grasses seem to die back a little bit. I don't know if it's, I'd have to read some more studies.
Last year, the end of the summer?
Actually, the whole season, it didn't come in as thick as it had the 2 years before, and I don't know if it was because the year before we had a lot of rain and a lot of runoff. We didn't seem to get the seed. Like, at the end of the season, we had so much grasses that the top of the water was white with the film from all the pods that we're putting out with seed.
Wow.
Yeah.
So,
So we've had a lot, the water, like this winter was a lot dirtier because we haven't had the amount of grass that we had 2 years before. So I'm hoping it comes back because the birds are down, the crabs were down, the fish were down. That, more than anything, will bring back the wildlife.
that is,
It protects the shores. You wouldn't, if you didn't live there and you can't understand how much sediment these pull out of the water, it's unbelievable.
so what you're saying speaks to both the encouraging signs and the hope and also the challenges that we face. Because every time there's too much rainfall, the sewage that I was talking about before, older sewage systems like we have in Baltimore, Frederick, I believe Ellicott City, and some other places around here are a combined sewage system that was designed that if there is too much water, there is going to be overflow. That's how they designed them back when they built them. So anytime there is record rainfall, then sewage gets into the water. And I'm wondering if that might be part of the reason.
It's very possible.
Did you have a question?
No, please.
Oh, okay. So the underwater grasses are very important. He's talking about the northern part of the bay, and unfortunately, the lower bay has not seen this increase in the grasses. And they oxygenate the water, they provide food, especially for ducks, provide places to hide for juvenile crabs, and reduce wave impact. And, just as you're saying about the connections with some of the wildlife, I want you to think about the connections as I go through these factors, because they aren't independent of each other. If you improve one, others correspondingly rise. And that's why we can achieve the saved bay, the 70% on the report cards. And some species, in particular, trigger exponential